Um, wow, how do I start again? Uh, it's, I don't know how to start, where to start, because there's no real beginning other than my personal experience with what I'm trying to explain. But what I'm trying to explain, you know, has gone on for millennia, for for like 2, 3 millennia or whatever. But uh, in one form or another, I guess. Uh, but I'm having a lot of difficulty talking about it and really wrapping my head around easily digestible concepts and ideas that are, in order to make it less deniable, less hard to understand, less harder to misinterpret. Uh, uh, but I guess one way of seeing it is like what they call a midlife crisis or whatever, where you, to my understanding, is when you have to give up to a higher power. It's when you have to, you're allotted a certain amount of time by the powers that be of this world, the ones in control, who, it's like, uh, at a certain point you have to give up, which I think the the phrase "all roads lead to Rome" kind of refers to, um, that it's inevitable, you know, that you will have to give up to that higher power of this world or whatever, or deal with it in the end. And and I think religion is created, or the I think the Bible, the Judeo-Christian Bible, was written by the Romans or the Catholics or whatever. And the Jews, who are referred to as the people of God, are the ones that they are the people of God because they sold out to, they made a deal with the Romans back in the day, you know. And just like in World War II, I guess, when Hitler or the Nazis or whatever terrible name you've created to describe these, to my understanding, like a militarized Christian following or Christ following, you know, army, whatever you call it. I I I think the it's kind of the same thing, but only you got Hitler, and he's like they got the concentration camps. They got that. They have this system for determining who goes to the camps and who goes to the chamber, and it's kind of, maybe that's not what I want to talk about right now, but, or what I'm trying to get at, but that war or whatever it was not I mean it was going, I mean it's pretty bad, right? But I think the deciding factor in who won was when Italy took sides and stepped in. They were like the deciding factor. It's kind of like an ongoing thing, it seems. I don't know. But I think, the empire, although nobody talks about it, is still alive and well. I just think it's a lot easier for them to rule covertly and through the illusion of religion than openly and through force, through direct force. But their little system for destroying people and making them submit to their will under the guise of a god or something, is tyrannical in a way, or very much so, maybe. And is a covert dictatorship still a dictatorship? Is a covertly systematic way of enforcing absolute law or whatever, is that still a dictatorship? What would you call that? A covert dictatorship, or is there a specific name for that way of ruling? Because I'm in a situation personally, I have been for a long time, where I've been struggling against the powers of the let's see how long you can keep it up. See, I mean that kind of shit happens all the time to me. But I've been struggling against resisting this submission since I got out of high school, since I left school, since I became aware that something just wasn't right, And I've been trying to figure out what it is for over 2 decades now. Trying to expose what is what is going on in actuality, because they have so many different ways of hiding it, you know, and it's I'm I think I'm they haven't they don't accept me as an equal, or definitely not. They don't accept me the way I am, with having some kind of control over my own life. They won't accept that. That is why I've struggled and why I was diagnosed, I would guess, and why I had a breakdown, and why I was I have had these strange things I've been seeing happen to me, and I find it just mind blowing that they are able to control and imprison me using not just my own thoughts. I mean, it's whatever this is, although it is covert, it is not out in the open, but it's able to come at me in different ways, which really distort my perception of what's going on, you know? But I've been denied everything. I've been denied everything, and partially because through my own fault, because I don't want someone dictating how I exist, how I go about doing things or whatever. But I mean, that's not how I was raised. That's not what the type of person I was when before I was confronted with this situation. Totally unprepared for it. I had no idea that it was happening, and has been. And the way it happens to me, it is so unbelievable. It is unbelievable. It's like stranger than fiction. It's like but I'm going to be destroyed one way or another. Either through destroying my ability to I don't know. I'm going to lose something very important, or I'm just going to be killed. Maybe they'll just kill me. Maybe they'll lock me up. Maybe they'll put me away. Maybe they'll frame me. Maybe they'll do something. I mean, maybe they'll like harm me physically, like create a situation where I develop some, I mean, just the power it has is not just, I mean, I don't know how they're able to do it. How do you control everything like that? And how do you make things happen that that don't seem possible? It's like, what are they? What is it? So there's very real aspects to it, like things that make sense, and then there's things that I will probably never understand, you know? What what is capable of doing this? Unless, this is, reality is just an illusion, and thus not, I mean, it's not actual, it's not like consistent. It can change. It doesn't just change, but can be changed by something. But there has to be a way out. There has to be a better way, than this, all of this. I mean, if midlife crisis is where you start running out of time and you got to you got to let their society and their systems take over. If that's what a midlife crisis is, I don't want to live beyond, I don't want to live. I don't want to exist that way, I don't want to exist that way. I, I'm I'm really stuck because that is the way they want it to be until they finally, you know they're trying to force me currently to just do something that I will have to be responsible for, my own destruction, pick your poison kind of situation. And they want me to be responsible for it. They're trying to force me to pick, how I want to end, essentially, this situation. So that they can kind of keep their illusion going that they're not responsible for it. That they can try to act like I would be responsible for them forcing me, creating this situation where I am where I can either stay stuck, which it's incredibly painful sometimes, and you know, just it's terrible. The way the situation is tormenting me, or I can choose how I want to, you know, end. You know, pick my poison. You know, they got a lot of ways to do it, but they're all basically the same. It's just you know, I don't know. But nobody will admit it's happening, which can be maddening at times because it is happening, but they can't admit it, and you know, nobody wants to. I mean, everybody, everything you know, every person I interact with generally is part of what's going on. You know, all my experiences with people, and there, I can't. I'm not. There's always something in the, you know, operating on some other level. You know, they're trying to allude to or whatever. It's I don't know what I can do given the power of this situation. It's like absolute, I think, which is corruption. It's like crime in Italy, you know? The crime in Italy. I don't want to be systematically destroyed. I don't want to. I don't want to suffer because of it. Because I don't want to be systematically destroyed. But I don't think they care about that. I'll see you guys maybe in the next life or something, but who knows? Maybe I'll see it just in another video. I don't know. We'll see. Bye-bye.